And what I saw from Justin Baldoni's side once everything was revealed was really just a defensive he was on in case she was going to come public with these accusations.
Right, which it seemed like even the plan where everyone's like, didn't you see the plan? They had the plan. It was, I was like, but that was like a contingency plan. That was like a, we're not entirely sure if he did that or not. And even when it came to AstroTurf.
Justin Baldoni claims Blake Lively's publicist made him scapegoat to escape her wrath amid legal feud. Justin Baldoni argued Blake Lively's publicist, Leslie Sloan, should not be removed from the lawsuit because she made him the scapegoat just for the actress's woes.
Why New York Times didn't give Justin Baldoni much time to respond to that smear campaign that they wrote about him. It's kind of ironic, right? They were saying, oh, he smeared Blake, but they were kind of smearing him because, as it turns out, they didn't really let him get his side of the story yet.
Another Simple Favor premiered at South by Southwest this last weekend, and we have seen so much red carpet footage and premiere footage and panel footage from the one and only Blake Lively.
Blake Lively has always embodied Hollywood's golden image, polished, poised, and practically untouchable. Whether gracing red carpets or starring in blockbuster films, she's managed to maintain a squeaky clean public persona that seemed immune to the pitfalls of celebrity scandals. But now, that carefully curated image is facing serious cracks. Recently leaked CCTV footage from a luxury hotel has thrust Lively into a controversy unlike anything she's faced before. The grainy video, which spread like wildfire across social media, shows the actress in what appears to be a heated confrontation with hotel staff. Witnesses claim Lively's outburst escalated to the point of causing property damage, an explosive turn that's left fans questioning what really went down that night. The footage itself has ignited intense debate. Some argue that it's an out-of-context clip designed to smear Lively's reputation, while others insist it's proof that the actress's composed image hides a far more volatile side. Whatever the truth may be, the video's rapid spread has turned an already tense situation into a full-blown media circus.
It's just, I don't know, I feel like the internet and people really, well, also, let's be fair. Bethany Frankel saying that, talking about bullying women is rich, considering she terrorized and was terrible to every single woman on Real Housewives of New York when she was on there. She was evil to them. Ruthless and toothless and just hot mess express.
And he kind of admitted that he thought that her version of the rooftop scene was better than his version, and he was just bending backwards for her.
Film fans spot cynical Blake Lively stunt at another Simple Favor premiere. Now this has been updated. As you can see here, the date, the time it has been updated. It was first published at 3:04. So that's like, 3 in the morning our time. This is in the UK. I hate these ads that they have pop up. But then it was updated later on. Now, I don't know everything they updated, but I will show you. They updated this. So I took a screenshot earlier where the original title of the article was Blake Lively slammed after another Simple Favor director's wife pretends to be a fan at South by Southwest premiere. Now it looks like someone got to them and now wanted the title to change to not include the director and his wife in the title, so that when you search and you go on Google and search things, that doesn't pop up. These are the games that these people play, okay? And so someone got to the media to change this.
Complicating matters further is the unexpected involvement of actor and filmmaker Justin Baldoni. According to Baldoni, Lively's publicist deliberately made him a scapegoat in an attempt to deflect attention from her own behavior. He claims he was dragged into the controversy despite having no direct involvement, a strategic move to protect Lively's image at all costs. The fallout has been swift. Sources close to Lively claim she was absolutely furious when the footage went public. Insiders say she immediately contacted her legal team, demanding that the video be wiped from the internet. But despite those efforts, the damage had already been done. The video was everywhere, sparking endless speculation in headlines that painted Lively in an unflattering light. As the scandal unfolded, a disturbing pattern of past incidents began to resurface. Rumors of Lively's difficult behavior on film sets, whispered about for years, suddenly seemed more credible. Insiders claimed that Lively had been known to clash with colleagues and exhibit controlling behavior behind the scenes. These claims gained traction when reports resurfaced about her filing a formal complaint with the California Civil Rights Department, alleging a hostile work environment during the filming of It Ends With Us. That complaint included allegations of boundary violations and claims that Lively had faced retaliation after voicing her concerns. Adding to the growing web of speculation is a mysterious encounter captured in the leaked footage. The video reportedly shows Lively in a private meeting with an unidentified high-profile individual, fueling rumors about potential business deals, or even personal drama, unfolding behind closed doors. While the details remain murky, the mere presence of this unnamed figure has only deepened the mystery. Meanwhile, Baldoni's alleged involvement continues to raise questions. He was reportedly present at the hotel that night, though his connection to the confrontation remains unclear. Some online theories suggest that he and Lively were engaged in a professional discussion that spiraled out of control, while others hint at a deeper, more personal conflict. Baldoni himself has maintained that his presence was purely coincidental, but the timing, and his sudden entanglement in the scandal, has left room for doubt.
And he writes, "Just FYI, just wanted to tell you about this. Seems she doesn't want to meet intimacy coordinator until we start, which may mess up the workflow, but I can still meet with her, of course." To which the female producer writes back, "That's fine if she doesn't want to meet her now. You'll just have to walk her through what you and," I guess this is the intimacy coordinator's name, but it's redacted, "are thinking." Now, that helps him, for sure, right? But you may say, okay, it's not entirely clear if the intimacy coordinator was there on set or not, and did Baldoni actually meet with the coordinator?
As they're already showing, there was a ton of organic, traffic of people criticizing her. But like you said, at first it was very conspiratorial, like, oh, they unfollowed him.
I haven't, aside from Blake Lively's very colorful storytelling, I haven't seen a smoking gun or even anything. We haven't even seen a copy of an HR complaint, Dave. That to me, I'm like, how hard is it? You posted all these text messages with him and Jennifer Abel and Melissa Nathan, and you posted his alleged smear campaign contract, and you can't show me a single copy of your HR complaint or a text message that you sent to somebody? Turfing. I was like, there's alleged astroturfing, but we don't know if that actually happened, and if it did, where's the evidence?
Blake Lively filed a formal complaint with the California Civil Rights Department accusing Baldoni and others, and remember he was the director and one of the stars in the film, accusing him and others of creating a hostile work environment on that film set. She alleged sexual harassment, boundary violations, even being pressured into filming a controversial naked birth scene. Lively claimed that after speaking up, she was subjected to retaliation, including what she says is a smear campaign aimed at discrediting her in the public. And the situation escalated quite dramatically, I'll add, when the New York Times published this really big report the day after Lively's complaint that included these conversations between those in Baldoni's camp about seemingly or allegedly taking down Lively.
The media response has been relentless. Headlines range from sensational claims of Lively going nuts to accusations of a calculated smear campaign designed to tarnish her reputation. Different outlets have painted wildly contrasting narratives, some portraying her as a victim of privacy invasion and others suggesting this is part of a larger pattern of problematic behavior. Public opinion has been equally divided. Lively's supporters argue that she's being unfairly vilified, yet another example of Hollywood's tendency to dismantle powerful women. They claim the footage is nothing more than a bad moment blown out of proportion, a manufactured controversy designed to humiliate her. On the other hand, critics argue that the footage speaks for itself, pointing to her reported efforts to suppress the video as evidence that she has something to hide. Behind the headlines, those closest to Lively say the scandal has taken a severe emotional toll. Friends describe her as devastated, overwhelmed by the scrutiny that's engulfed not just her but her entire family. Her husband, Ryan Reynolds, has reportedly been working to support her through the ordeal, while their children have been shielded from the media storm as best as possible. Insiders describe Lively's anxiety as reaching an all-time high, with the actress reportedly struggling to leave her home in recent weeks.
I can confirm this is true. Anna and Blake can't stand each other. Another Simple Favor was a nightmare. The crew felt it. They didn't like these two. These two, Blake and Anna, are massive divas. They both are very problematic on set, take control, want to be in charge in ways that I was told by crew from the film that it was immensely stressful and more so than typical.
Baldoni claims that when production on It Ends With Us began, he and Lively were close. They quickly bonded. They shared personal stories, inside jokes. They built this what seemed to be a positive rapport with one another, and that's important. He cites this playful exchange from May of 2023 where he appears to tease Blake Lively about her sentimental nature, to which Lively then responded in kind with self-deprecating humor. Everything looked like it was on the up and up. And these text messages are important because it appears to show that, at least at first, their relationship was lighthearted, that it was casual, that it was friendly. And that raises serious questions about whether or not Baldoni crossed the line or was inappropriate, and the claims that Lively makes about her feeling what is essentially uncomfortable around Baldoni.
The emotional impact of Miss Lively has been extreme, not only affecting her but her family, including her husband and 4 children. There are days when she has struggled to get out of bed, and she frequently chooses not to venture outside in public. While she has fought to maintain her personal life and business interests behind closed doors, she has suffered from grief, fear, trauma, and extreme anxiety. She's also been experiencing repeated and painful physical symptoms as a result. Mr. Reynolds, too, has been affected mentally, physically, professionally by his wife and children's pain. Worst of all, however, has been the impact of their young children, who have been traumatized and emotionally uprooted in ways that have substantially impacted their well-being.
Here we see this is the headline that E! News chose, which is saying that Justin Baldoni made comment on Blake Lively's boobs in 2 a.m. voice memo. So you can see how E! News framed the story, focusing on how it was Baldoni who was inappropriate here. And then you can compare it to New York Post, who's more right-leaning, and the way they actually reported on this. Their headline is saying, Justin Baldoni apologizes to Blake Lively in alleged voice note about It Ends With Us rooftop feud. I'm really sorry. That's a very different story than the one E! News wrote, just pointing it out. And then we have TMC, where you can see here rated as mixed factuality. They go for the more clickbait angle, saying that Justin Baldoni releases 2 a.m. voice note to Blake. I am really sorry. I just wanted to point out how all these 3 outlets are angling this same story very differently to make you guys aware of actually where and how you're getting your information.
And she goes on to mention that the influence of Reynolds and Swift in her life is very important, stating they, again meaning Reynolds and Swift, or seemingly, also know I'm not always good at making sure I'm seen and utilized for fear of threatening egos or fear of affecting the ease of the process. They don't give a blank about that, and because of that, everyone listens to them with immense respect and enthusiasm. So I guess I have to stop worrying about people liking me. Now, Baldoni interprets this message as a clear sign that he wasn't just dealing with Blake Lively anymore. He was now up against 2 of the most powerful and influential celebrities in Hollywood, both of whom, according to him, weren't afraid to speak up and maybe make his life difficult.
You know, and thought she seemed nice, and little did I know.
Yeah. We get the body language experts analyze.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about my bump? You've got 2 nice ones. And they are kind of bumps, aren't they?
No, not bumps. The lovely lady lumps. Check it out.
Thank you, thank you. You like the movie? Are you a Woody Allen fan?
Most of his movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, working in
Everyone
digital.
wants to talk about the clothes, but I wonder if they would ask the men about the clothes.
I would. I love little Jesse's. I love little Jesse's.
Right. I mean, what is the next
What does
5
that
years
mean?
of? Well, in terms of trying. I mean, you apparently are not going to sing if you didn't think you can sing.
I sang in this movie.
Well,
Did
yeah.
you see the movie?
I did see the movie, but I mean.
But beyond the personal turmoil, this controversy underscores a larger conversation about the nature of fame itself. Hollywood has always been ruthless when it comes to managing and tearing down public personas. For years, Lively appeared to have defied that pattern, maintaining an image of elegance and class. But as this scandal continues to unfold, it's clear that even the most carefully managed reputations can crumble under enough pressure. In an industry where privacy is virtually non-existent, celebrities walk a fine line between authenticity and perception. One misstep, one viral clip, can erase years of calculated image building. And in Lively's case, this incident threatens to overshadow her career's many triumphs. As the dust settles, the biggest question remains unanswered. Is this truly an isolated incident, a moment of frustration blown out of proportion, or a glimpse at a side of Blake Lively the public has never seen before? Whether her team manages to contain the fallout or the scandal continues to spiral, one thing is clear: this story is far from over. For now, Hollywood watches and waits. The star who once seemed immune to controversy is now facing a battle to reclaim her narrative, and only time will tell if she succeeds.